we're now going, we touched on Hungary. We're not going to Hungary.
Are we not?
We're going, but very close to Hungary, because all those borders are a bit arbitrary anyway.
They are.
We are going to Romania.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh,
that was the right
exciting.
reaction. Yes, we're going to Romania. And also, because didn't you say you didn't really have that much orange wine experience?
No, yes, I did say that. I said
Exactly.
I'm sort of frightened.
Frightened, right?
Yeah, and I can sort of see an orange wine bottle peeking out from under the table. I'm terrified but excited.
Well, I always like to get guests outside of their comfort zones. And Jancis Robinson, the wine writer for the FT, but also basically wine god in my eyes, actually wrote that this was the most user-friendly, kind of orange wine for beginners.
Oh,
and it
thanks,
comes
Jancis.
from this amazing winery called Cramele Recas, which was actually set up by a Bristol-born gentleman, Philip
Really?
Cox. And he's quite interesting because, in 1991, he graduated from university, and he was working in advertising. Was like, this isn't really thrilling, but work took him over to Romania. And he was like, oh my gosh, post-communism, there's just so much exciting stuff happen. He also has lots of interests. So he started actually setting up cinemas, and I know you love your film. And then he actually started about importing Heineken. And then he just really loved his wine. He's created this amazing winery with two other families and his Romanian wife, Elvira. It's called Cramele Recas. It's been around now for, I want to say about 30 years. But even the label is great. Look, it's got a giant, orange.
I love it.
And I actually got the chance. I know that you love getting really involved in the local culture and wherever you travel. Well, that's kind of why I like wine. And when I went off to Romania, it's very near the kind of borders of Hungary. When you stand in the vineyards, which are in Banat, which apparently these vineyards have been around since 1076. But originally this was also back in the day where Bacchus's used to play.
Really?
That was
right.
the folklore there.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
1076.
Yeah, 10. Oh, wait, sorry. No, wait.
Hold on.
This is where the thing, I get overexcited. It's actually, 106 AD.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
I thought you were going to say 1986.
No,
then
no,
we were going to be really disappointed.
No, legend has it that the Banat region of Romania was where Bacchus, the god of wine, spent his days. And they actually, now it's a 7-hectare modern-day winery. I'm looking for the actual date when they first set it up. But it's been around for about 30 years. And they're very into renewable energy. Everything's solar paneled. But he is now the 5th biggest exporter of wine in Europe. And his whole thing is that he wants absolute amazing quality with the wine in really kind of really modern contemporary packaging. Because I think a lot of these Central European, Eastern European, their marketing isn't great. And I think that's really hard, particularly if you're dealing with countries where people don't know the region or they don't know the grapes. I think to have everything's very clean, fresh. That's how he likes his wines, very fruity, very fruit forward. So this is one of the orange ones he does, the Solara, and it's 51% made up of Fetiashka Regala, which basically means the maidens. And I love it. They don't put any oak on this because they really want it to shine. So it's got a bit of Sauvignon Blanc to give it acidity. It's got a little bit of Chardonnay to give it body.
Right.
And then about 15% of another local grape, which I can't pronounce, Timiosa. Yeah.
I was about to say, but didn't want to interrupt. But your pronunciation is incredible.
Well,
who am I? I can't speak Romanian, but yeah, incredible.
But what I love, the fact that it's a really fun, clean. There's nothing funky, nothing scary going on, even though the color might be slightly, outside of most people's comfort zone. And I love it because actually the 51% of the Fetiashka Regala gives it almost baked pear with anise spice. It's very aromatic. You might get a little bit of dried apricot on there.
Yeah.
It's really perfumed and delicious. And then when you do the slurpee. And I love texture. And this, for me, it's really pulpy. Wonderful. Yes. Isn't it juicy and pulpy?
Oh, can I tell you something? I didn't know about there is a perry or something or a... Yeah, when it's...
I know, it's a bit funny with the colour.
Weird, no, but how do you describe... You've just described it, but there's a... It's vaguely... Are you going to kill me? It's vaguely... Is it Christmas?
Yeah, anise spice.
Yeah, Christmassy
that
about
clove
it.
spice. Yes, exactly. That resinous spice.
God,
That's
for
what I
you.
love about it.
It didn't mess up.
No one can mess up in wine, but like you're so right to pick up that spice, which is also reminiscent of the grape. That's what Fetiashka gives. It gives it that kind of Christmas, that anise, that clove-like spice, which kind of laces intertwines into that more kind of baked pear, slight dried apricot thing. So it actually can stand up to a lot of kind of cheeses, fattier foods. It'd be great with fusion cuisine, which uses either like lemongrass or ginger or those kind of things. It'd be like it'd be aromatic enough.
It's weirdly it's weirdly fresh and not fresh. I mean, it's delicious.
Yeah, but it's complex.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like it's fresh, but it's got depth to it.
Yeah.
It's like it's very interesting. Only 12.5% alcohol again, which is great.
Okay, here's a question for you.
Yes.
Only 12.5%. So how high does it go?
Well, the thing is, actually, it's a good question because, like, normally, like Austria, so you get orange wine by pressing white grapes and leaving the juice of the grapes onto the skins. So I also wanted to link this to you because you made your debut in skins.
Now that's what we call a non sequitur. That was great.
That's
a seamless link.
Seamless link.
Yeah.
But
fabulous.
normally white wines from places like Austria, Hungary, Germany, back in the day, like 20 years ago, they'd be about 8%, 9%. But as it's got hotter and hotter, therefore the sugar levels in the grape get higher and higher, which therefore during the fermentation process translates into higher alcohol.
Oh, okay. So that's where we get the alcohol. Is the sugar? Is the sugar fermenting?
Exactly. And like these guys are lucky because they're on top of hills. They have like the altitude. They have breezes coming over. It's a stunning setup which they have. But they're also just like very conscious of picking early and just really having to navigate climate change.
Right, yeah.
And that's why they're big into renewable like energy and everything solar paneled.
It's delicious. It's absolutely delicious.
And I was going to get it. You can get an orange wine from them on a card because I always like to have like a supermarket wine.
Yeah.
And that tends to be about 10 to 12. The Solara, which is very similar to the orange, they're out of stock at the moment, but I'm sure this will...
Well,
it'll be
get in stock.
Get in stock, exactly. Because I've noticed on other websites
because it's
so great.
But this one here.
But this one is in stock, and it's the same price range, so it's not available at Ocado, but you can get it at various online retailers again for around £10 to £12. And I went over to some friends and we were having like a Levantine feast, and everything's like pomegranate seeds and interesting spices.
Want your friends. It's amazing.
Yeah, like I have a lot of foodie friends.
Incredible.
And this actually worked with everything. It's a very versatile wine. So versatile, in fact, that before I ask any questions, I know that you love cornflakes.
Oh my God.
And cream and sugar, which we have over there. But I have done wine and cereal pairings.
Have you?
Because
breakfast wines.
Yes. Well, wines which complement
for our liver.
But if you want to try any of the wines with cornflakes, I actually think this one would be the best because the baked pear and the spice. This is quite, a vanilla-like canvas.
Can we just clarify what we're talking? The cream and that.
Oh, yes.
And I'm sure that he might be arrested for it, but this is something that my dad used to give me as a child. Was cornflakes very irregularly, but he did cornflakes and cream and sugar. And I have to say, as I told you the other day, it is the most delicious thing you will ever have in your life. I think it will kill you very, very quickly. But it didn't kill me. But it might eventually.
Well, just in case you know,
this is the wine to have.
This would be the wine to have with it. We do have cream and sugar if like the cheese. And yeah, I got some pecorino cheese because I know that you love.
Oh yes.
You talked about memories in Italy and various things. But if you get a hankering for cereal, I actually think this could be a good pairing.
Okay. I'll bear it in mind.
Yeah, we can try it at the end.
Yeah, let's. Fantastic.